The Upanishadic ideal of service is based on the concepts of truth, dharma, and yajna. Without comprehending these three concepts, we cannot understand what we have come to recognize as service today, the most appealing and popular component of modern religions. Let us therefore first understand them. Discovering the Satyam or truth. Thousands of years ago, when humanity was still in a state of slumber, the super scientists of India, the Vedic rishis, were engaged in the naughty task of uncovering the ultimate reality of life. This reality of all realities, they soon found out, was beyond the world of pluralities, beyond whatever the senses could perceive. Through a step-by-step approach, breaking through the world of plurality, they looked into the very core of their inner being and discovered the ultimate truth as the self Atma within. This they called as Satyam, the truth. When they woke up from the superconscious experience of oneness, they also found that truth is one, but its expressions are diverse. It is this truth in which everything in the universe remains interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent. This is the greatest discovery ever made by man, and this truth of self-realization is the greatest blessings that the rishis have conferred on the world. For us in India, this discovery ushered in the dawn of life of enlightenment and introduced us to the splendid idea of life eternal. Since then, this Ganga of integral vision of the rishis has been cascading down the centuries, enriching every field of human activity and giving birth to a unique and spiritually oriented civilization and culture. That this Satyam, the eternal truth, is the basis of Indian culture and civilization, is reflected in India's national emblem, Satyameva Jayate, truth alone triumphs, a phrase taken from the Mandukya Upanishad. Next is the way of Dharma. What is the ideal the Upanishads hold before us? To realize that eternal truth within oneself and feel its presence in the entire universe and adjust all our activities in such a way as to reflect that principle of oneness in life. This is the Dharma kept before every human being. The final aim of Dharma is self-realization. This is what constitutes the essence of Upanishadic knowledge. This was the ancient truth that the rishis presented before us. To know the self again, the Dharma is the way. This vision has been summarized in the eloquent words from the Taittiriya Upanishad. Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. Speak the truth, follow the Dharma. To the rishis, the nature outside was an external expression of the truth within. This was truly a quantum leap in knowledge, from unity to universality. This vision of the whole and the awareness of man's interrelatedness with and interdependence on all that exists is what has made the Indian culture so singularly spiritual and at once, in modern terms, highly scientific and holistic. A profound respect for nature and the wisdom inherent in it is the hallmark of Upanishadic vision. To the Upanishadic mind, tolerance is a byword. When one gets truly established in it, genuine hospitality and warm friendship replace feelings of resentment and strangeness. Ecological balance and social justice are the natural outcome of such a wholesome living centered around the vision of a universal reality, where the individual feels himself bound to the cosmos as a whole. This became the dharma of the individual. Third is yajna, the perennial sacrifice. The Vedic ideal of yajna is far more comprehensive, enriching, and universal than what is conveyed by the word service. Rishis recognized man as an indivisible part of the whole. Within him is a spark of the divinity, which is only quantitatively, not qualitatively, as Swami Vivekananda used to stress, different from the totality. Therefore, all human efforts should be directed towards the realization of this truth. This extraordinary unity of the individual, the world he lives in, and the reality or God is what Sanatan Dharma, the religion, eternal, emphasized from time immemorial. Yajna, hence, is a symbol of the practical relationship between human beings, world, and God, or the ultimate reality. Or we can say Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara. That yajna is an act of unification and expansion of the human spirit and is made clear by its basic tenets. Let us try to understand various aspects of the spirit of yajna and its dynamics in promoting individual and social well-being. Idam na mama, it is not mine. These words are spoken when offerings are poured into the fire during yajnas. They emphasizes the fact that the benefits that accrue from it are not for the doer, but are meant for the welfare of all. Such an attitude made the individual dedicate his life for the welfare of all and thus free oneself of the temptations of jealousy, avarice, arrogance, violence, selfish motivation, and so on. This ideal of yajna later took a more practical form when Sri Krishna introduced it in Gita as Nishkam Karma, work without selfish motive, an indispensable principle for anyone interested in achieving excellence in life and for one's inward evolution. Swami Vivekananda called this idea as the core of his ideal of Karma Yoga and advocated it as the best means for man-making and nation-building programs for India's regeneration. Secondly, Swaha, the Sanskrit word used as exclamation while doing a yajna. Here again the idea is the surrender of ego, truth, patience, non-stealing, forgiveness, discipline, and so on are all implied in this utterance with which the deities are worshipped through offerings. In the above two practices, renunciation or tyaga of I and mine is emphasized. Though tyaga is a difficult idea to a purely materialistic mind to grasp, it is the best way to make oneself free from the bondage of work or karma. When tyaga is backed by a spirit of unselfishness or nishkam bhav, it then leads to skillfulness in action, which is the source of all prosperity and social security. This skillfulness is tyaga in another form. The Upanishads thus breached the gap between the sacred and the secular and looked upon life as single whole. Sham dipade chatushpade. Peace be to two-legged as well as four-legged beings. As said earlier, the Upanishads are all inclusive in their approach to life. They had deep concern for all life, which was born of perception of the one truth present everywhere. In their prayers, they sought well-being of all beings, human beings or birds, they are two-legged as well as animals or instincts. They invoked benedictions for peace and good for everyone. This is how they upheld the unity of life and emphasized the interrelatedness and interdependence of existence. They understood that as man evolves, he begins to recognize his own higher self present in everything and start treating them as his own. He feels compelled to contribute to the well-being and prosperity of all. Such a wholesome idea of interdependence is dawning in the modern scientific community now. Though late, it is better late than never. Yajna is not just confined to a fire ritual, but has wider implications as well. These implications are a key to understanding the ideal of service mentioned in the Upanishads. This is how the benefits of yajna be understood in a broader perspective as service. We will conclude our video with a mantra from Upanishads. Let's recite it. Om Sarva Bhavantu Shukhinah Sarva Shantu Niramaya Sarva Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhavet.